Hello and welcome to Hearthstone with your favorite Wolven Bros. That's right, it's Relic here. And today's the day where we begin the journey through free-to-play. So here we go, Mage deck. This is the basic deck that you can make. As soon as you make an account, you will have all of these cards. It's pretty good. You're gonna use your spells to try and control the board. Arcane Explosion's good for some early game control. Full Gale Warriors get rid of lots of 3-drops that have 2 health. And you have no mission ventures for card draw. Some pretty cool combos with a Gurubashi Berserker where you can use your hero ability, Fire Blast, to ping it and get a 5/6 because whenever this minion takes damage, gain +3 attack. Polymorphs for getting rid of big threats, and Fireballs for some pretty good punch. Shattered Sun Clerics as well, nice buffs with Storm and Champion who also buff. Acidic Swamp Oozes get rid of weapons, so it's a pretty good deck. There's lots of utility in here, lots of controlling, and you have some big threats here with Boulder Fist Ogre, Stormwind Champion, and Gurubashi. So let's jump into some games. Early on like this, when you get your hand, which you start with, you're gonna want a mulligan, which is get rid of some of these later cards. You don't really want Fireballs or a Stormwind Champion. Arcane Missiles is really good. It's 1 mana, pretty good board control, and look at that, we got some good spells. Shame we didn't get a minion, but we have a pretty high chance of drawing one, which we did. So, and we can just play Acidic Swamp Ooze without having to worry about trying to destroy a weapon, because mages don't have weapons, so it's pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and play this. This can't kill it, and if he uses his hero ability, I'm kinda cool with that. Because it still pops the Divine Shield on this, and we can kill it with Arcane Missiles. Hopefully. It is random. And yeah, and actually, we're probably gonna end up staying alive here, so this will be good. Could do Arcane Missiles again, but I think I'm gonna save it. Hopefully we get a 4-drop. And the thing about these basic decks, which is a theme among all of them, is that they're really simple and really straightforward, and so playing on mana curve, like using all your mana every turn, and playing good value minions like a Yeti, which is a 4 attack, 5 health, 4 cost minion, which is really nice stats, because that's 9 stats for only 4 mana. So it's pretty good, and that's just like really common in decks like this, which is nice. Now we could play the Yeti, and then this would die, or we can Arcane Missiles, see what happens. That's pretty good. We can how can we do this? Because we want to try to maintain board control. So we can ping this and hit this. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. This is a mech mage deck, so if he has mechs on the board, they're just gonna get buffed. So you kind of want to remove them as much as you can. And that's good. Hopefully we get a nice 5-drop. There we go. So this is the Gurubashi Berserker, and if you hit it with your Fire Blast, which deals 1 damage, then you will have a 5/6, which is kind of cool. So you can kind of remove anything he has with a Fire Blast in this minion. And it also has a good amount of health, so it can take quite a few hits, even though it's not a taunt minion.
What to do? What to do?
It's pretty tempting to play Boulder Fist right here, but I think what I'm going to do is play a Yeti. I'm going to Arcane Explosion, and I'm going to kill this. The reason why I used Arcane Explosion is... I probably should use Fire Blast actually. Would accomplish the same thing with the same amount of mana. That's a misplay. Don't do that. Let professionals do that. Don't try it at home. It's okay. He used... Did you get card draw? Oh snap! Legendary, boys. Can we get a polymorph? That is the question. It's not a polymorph. It's okay. Go Sinjin. Draw some cards. There we go. Got a beautiful fireball. Look at this. We are... It may look like we're losing because we have less health, but what new players usually don't realize is that health is a resource and not a game decider. So the fact that I have less health, but I have board control, and I also have really good cards in my hand right now. He just used Flame Strike, and he didn't even kill both my minions. That's pretty sad for him. Which is really good. That's the thing about these minions, is a really good value. They have 5 health, which is just out of Flame Strike range. What I'm gonna do is Gurabashi, and I'm gonna buff these, that way he can't kill them. And also, the reason why I buffed the Taunt instead of the Chill Wind Yeti is because since it has Taunt, if he plays stuff, it'll absorb more damage for me instead of just being hit by Fire Blast. Oh, we might be able to kill him this turn. Yep, we can.
Whoops.
And see, look, these are epics, and we just won, boys. There we go. That's right. Against Hunter, we might keep Sinjin because Hunters are usually pretty aggressive, and since we don't have any early game, if we mulligan it, we risk still not getting early game, then also not having a taunt. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it. That way we at least have a way to kind of recover, and we got some early game, so we're good. It's a good hand.
Hello.
Always have to say hello, because if you don't, then you're a mute. Yeah. That's how it works. Pretty slow game so far. Kind of a shame I don't have a 2-drop. Also, against this matchup against the Hunter, you're going to want to keep your Oozes, even though we played ours last game. Hunter has lots of weapons, and most decks will use at least one of the weapons. So, it's good to be able to kill those. Played Arcane Explosion, so we're gonna just kill that.
Put this apple on your head.
A target dummy. Interesting. That guy has a quality deck. So again, if you notice, we have less health, and we actually have only 3 cards, and he has 5. But he went first, so he just drew 1, so we'll have 4. But we also have complete board control right now, which against the Hunter is really good, because they play really aggressive. And we have better late game, so... It's looking up for us so far. Now, the reason I didn't use all my mana and play like a Sinjin and an Arcane Intellect or something is because with the Knife Juggler and this Haunted Creeper, those are a lot of 1/1s and deal 1 damage, and so this thing can get buffed quite a lot without us having to use our Fire Blast, which is really good. So now we have a 5/6 and a nice taunt, so we won't lose any more health except for his hero ability. And we'll start doing some damage. And there we go. He knew. He knew he wasn't getting past that good old troll taunt. Okay, so you guys got to see 2 games there of how the deck kind of plays and how it can still win even against pretty good decks. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how you can make this deck even better. So first thing you're gonna do as you're leveling up, you're gonna get some cards. You're gonna remove Bluegill Warriors for Frost Bolts. You're going to remove Gnomish Inventors for Water Elementals. And you're going to remove Stormwind Champions for Flame Strikes. This is arguably one of the best AoEs in the game. The only one that you could consider better is the new Shaman TGT one, which is a, I think it's a 5 mana deal 4 to 5 damage to all enemy minions, which is kind of cool. But it has Overload 3, so it's 8 mana, but still, it's a pretty cool ability. But yeah, get those 2 Flame Strikes in there. Next, you'll get these pretty quick. First couple of games you'll probably have all of these as well. So what this does is if you Gnomish Inventor, so we lost a little bit of card draw. We also took out 2 Stormwind Champions. What this does, Flame Strikes, which we replaced for the Stormwind Champions, are more control. So they're not a minion, but they deal a lot of damage to minions. So basically, what a little bit more control-y, which mages usually are because of their amount of spells. We took out Inventor, put in this Water Elemental, 2/4, only have 3/6 there. So again, it's a little bit slower than Gnomish Inventor because it doesn't do something as soon as you play it, but it's a really good value minion, and you should put it in your deck. Next, this is going to be after you have all the class cards, and now you have some dust to spend, and you'd like to make your deck a little bit better. So you're going to take out Bloodfin Raptors, Arcane Explosions, and Shattered Sun Clerics, and you're going to replace them with 2 Mana Worms, which is a Mage Rare, or sorry, Mage Common. These are really good. We have Crossbolts and Arcane Missiles, Arcane Intellects, Fireballs, and even Flame Strikes. Attack. So we took out earlier game here, we took out Fin Raptors, and we also took out Arcane Explosion. Minion that can get rid of minions all the way up till turn 4 and allow you to control the board without having to with using less cards, because it's only Mana Worms instead of Arcane. Next, you're going to add in Worms. They're only 40 dust, and they're a really nice 3-drop. So, Shattered Sun Cleric. you have the 3-cost 3/2. Give a friendly +1/+1 when you play it. If you don't have a friendly minion, then all you're doing is playing a 3/2 for 3. Harvest Golem, a 2/4 for 3, which isn't that good either. But you don't have to have a minion to get good value, because when this thing dies, it summons another 2-attack creature, which is really good. That's basically 4 stat, or 5 attack, sorry not 5 attack, 4 attack, and 4 health for only 3 mana, which is 8 stats for 3 mana. That's really good. Now next, we're going to add in Amani Berserkers. These are a really strong 2-drop, which, a lot like the Gurubashi Berserker, you get them, or when they take damage, they gain attack. Now, Gurubashi Berserker is every time it takes damage, gain 3 attack. This is a little bit, kind of like a more casual Gurubashi. Whenever it takes damage, or the first time it takes damage, attack, and that's it. After it takes more damage, it's not going to gain any more attack. But if it takes 1 damage, you're still getting a 5 attack, 2 health creature, which is 7 stats. It's pretty good. And so yeah, so this is the upgraded version of your free-to-play Mage. It has some so it's just more value. If you want to upgrade it further, you will take out an ooze, and you'll want to replace the ooze with an Iron Beak Owl. The reason why is because in this meta, there's not as many weapons as there used to be. That's one reason. But there's a lot of stuff you can silence, and it's almost worth it to take out the Acidic Swamp Ooze and put in 2 owls. Costs 4, and gives you spell damage, so your spells do more for you, and it also draws you a card without having the low stats like Gnomish Inventor. It's a 4 for 5. Next, this is where you have some. You've probably bought some expansions. You have Nex Ramas and you have TGT. Sludge Belchers are a really good taunt. They do a lot of damage. It's a 3/5, except it costs 5 now. Well, why is it? Summon a 1/2 slime with taunt. So after summon a creature with taunt, which is good. So it's a 4 attack, which is that, which is more than double. So here is your complete free-to-play Mage. This is the basic, the good, not basic, but it's a really solid way to start doing really good. And obviously, with better, you'll want to make changes to this deck and you'll find out some pretty cool stuff. As for different decks, if you okay. And yeah. This is going to be an interesting game. This Shaman could be one of the new Totem Shamans for TGT. Hopefully it's not, because pretty strong deck. I don't know how this deck will do against it. It's pretty strong early game anyway. I don't think late game's that good, but...
Hello.
Greetings, friend.
Who you want me here?
Totems. after they die, which is just some terminology. Be pretty nice to get a polymorph. Shucks. It's alright. Emperor Thorician is a really good card. Be a good addition to this deck. Wouldn't be too bad. You'd have to replace it with one of the ogres though. It's a big game, but all your cards would.
Tazdingo! Yes! You to master.
Let's see now. So we can now we can kill him next turn. As long as he doesn't heal or get a taunt. And if he gets a taunt, we can silence it with Iron Beak. That's a really good way to end the game.
Minions, servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call of Kel'Thuzad. Servants, soldiers of the cold dark, soldiers
That's pretty cool.
obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
I mean, doesn't. GG. You guys enjoyed this free-to-play Mage. I only played one game with the complete deck. Coming back to this deck. I'll be coming back to it next week. That's what I'll be doing next week. Some decks, also some from this free-to-play one. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please drop a rating, subscribe if you would like to keep seeing all the free-to-play videos I'll be uploading, and comment to let me know what's up. Yeah, till next time, you guys take good care.